Surviving Evidence, Memoir of an Extreme Haunting by Christopher D. Cesare. 30th Anniversary Edition, forward by J. Jeff Unger, postscript by William J. Edwards. Starts with a quote. Man cannot learn to forget, but hangs on the past, however far or fast he runs. That chain runs with him. Friedrich Nietzsche. And then I don't usually read the acknowledgments, but I'm going to here because they seem important for some reason, I'm not sure. But acknowledgments. The passage of 30 years from the events detailed in this book has afforded the author ample time for reflection. In the acknowledgments it says me, but I'm going to substitute that with the author since I didn't write this. End of side note. In those intervening years, the author has learned more than a few valuable quote-unquote life lessons. Perhaps the most vital realization has been to better appreciate the many extraordinary people who, either through chance or choice, found their way into the author's life. Along with that has come the understanding to appreciate them before they, or the author, shuttle off this mortal coil. As a youth, the author believed that the author could achieve virtually anything the author desired to on his own. The author recognizes now, through wisdom gleaned by the passing years, that it would never have been the case. For even if the author had been able to accomplish all that he set out to when he made his way to college as a hopeful, buoyant, and determined teenager, without the people that the author cares about and those who care for him, to share those experiences, any achievement would have been less complete, less meaningful. It is important that the author acknowledges individuals such as John Jeff Unger, who meticulously recorded the terrifying 1985 events via the C2D1 journal notes, and who risked it all to ensure that proof would exist and that the author would survive. There were others who braved those frightening months in Erie Hall as well. Thank you, Beth Kinsman, for taking actions that helped the author bridge the gap between fear and progress, and Craig Norris for challenging the author to face his greatest of fears that fateful morning in April of 1985. To Paul A., the author's first Erie Hall C2D1 roommate, you have the author's eternal gratitude for enduring the nightmare as long as you were able to. The author is also grateful to Father, quote-unquote, Charlie, or Charles Manning, for the trust that he placed into very frightened young college students, and to Dr. Lawrence Kassler, Ph.D., for offering all of them an initial roadmap to understanding the events swirling around them. The importance of the strong moral and familial foundation provided the author by his parents cannot be understated. To the author's father, Vito Di Cesare, thank you for taking that long drive on a moment's notice, and for being there for him at the most important times. To the author's mother, Patricia Di Cesare, the author is eternally appreciative for your insistence that he should do the right thing at all times, even in the face of insurmountable adversity. A special debt of gratitude also needs to be expressed to the author's sisters, Nicole and Melissa. You both helped to make his childhood a fun one, and taking that positivity and laughter with him to college helped him to endure the darkness he would face. The eventual decision to share this experience was not made lightly, nor was it made overnight. The path towards public dissemination, at no point a certainty in the author's mind, was made possible largely through the support, encouragement, and efforts of both trusted friends and experienced professionals. The author remains deeply appreciative of both Alan Lewis and Lori Bowles-Nazos, who provided him with the very first unrestricted votes of confidence the years following the haunting, and Timothy T. Shaw, who stayed on the trail of this Western New York urban legend for several decades and who would author the first book on the topic. Please talk with me. Many things can change over the course of 3 decades, and whereas happenings like those that occurred in Geneseo were once considered the occult and largely unspeakable, today they are more often analyzed, researched, and discussed. The author would like to strongly commend SUNY Geneseo. Side note, the State University of New York at Geneseo. It's a town in New York. It's a state school in New York. For allowing the author and his people to share these events publicly, and for their support and sponsoring of the author's speaking engagements there. And to Joshua Gregory, host of The Edge of the Unknown, who served as Master of Ceremonies on the very first occasion. To Alfie Music and Chris Edwards, thank you for opening the door to the future. Likewise, it is essential that the author recognizes the tremendous boon the telling of these happenings have received due to the work of actor Ian Way, producer Andrea DeBrito, and writer Maura Stevens, in addition to the executive producers Mark Burnett, Julian Sagna, and Seth Jarrett, not to mention the Jarrett Creative Group for their noteworthy sci-fi School Spirits Dorm Room Nightmare production 2012. That finely crafted, commonly lauded 1-hour episode shot this extreme haunting into the national conscience. Side note, I got this book at when I went on a little road trip with ex-boyfriend and a very close friend of mine, Joe O'Brien. And although I bought this book for him because he was the one who had wanted to kind of go and watch that movie that I just mentioned that was just mentioned in the acknowledgments, and he wanted to meet the author and stuff. And I got them to autograph it for him. I asked him if I could hold on to it until I finished reading it, and I haven't quite gotten around to finishing reading it, even though that was in 2015. It's now 2019, but I saw that movie, I think, at the East Coast Paracon on October 10th of 2015. It's like some expo for paranormal stuff, but not like, it was a different kind of paranormal, like crystals and like ghosts, and there was lots of books. It was interesting. I mean, it was a fun trip to Pennsylvania. The autographs are pretty cool. To Joseph O'Brien, it was a great pleasure to speak with you. I hope that Mr. Anderson is doing well. Thank you for sharing your experience. Go, quote unquote, go Armagh. Stay safe. My best, Christy Cesare. For Joe, great meeting you at East Coast Paracon. 10-10-15 JJ Unger. The Mr. Anderson reference and Armagh reference, etc., is, a discussion that Joe shared with the author, so not going to go into that, but just wanted to share where this book came from and what the author was referring to in the acknowledgments. Back to those acknowledgments. The author was not prepared to find himself signing autographs the very next morning, not quickly becoming a welcome commodity on the convention and lecture circuits. Fortunately, producer Bill Edwards and director Maria Catria provided him with a loving, insightful, and moving venue by which to better express the powerful meaning of the haunting. The multiple award-winning independent film Please Talk With Me. Oh, side note, maybe that was the movie that we watched at the Paracon convention thingy. I don't really remember. It wasn't the kind of paranormal stuff that I was really into. It was more what my boyfriend at the time was into. So I kind of just accompanied him there. So I don't exactly remember the name of the movie, but we did watch a movie that the author made with this book. So anyway, end of side note. In watching the performance of Kyle Shea reliving the author's darkest moments, the author finally saw the true value of sharing his experience, human spirit. Thanks must be afforded to author Corvus Nocturnum and Dark Moon Press for encouraging the author to add his own personal experience and insights to the paranormal lexicon, and for bringing this labor of love and survival into your hands. To the band Attention for providing me with an unofficial theme song, Ocean of the Stars, from the sci-fi episode, and to John Tobin and Brian J. Cano, who have given freely of both their time and talents to support the educational value of the experiences the reader will soon read about. Also to Chip Rachenthal, Mark Keys, who referenced these, Mark Keys, Keys, who referenced these events in publications of their own. And to Dave DeLise, who 30 years later got me on that Wheaties box. The author supposes we all must be doing something correctly, as the outpouring of love and support since we survivors have quote-unquote gone public has been nothing short of astounding. To longtime friends Michael Lewis and Carrie Lyon, thank you for your assistance in helping the author navigate this incredible and unexpected journey. And to all those who have been inspired by the ordeal, know that your care and kindness to them are equally inspiring. To the author and friends are equally inspiring. The author's final acknowledgments are to the reasons that the author will continue to fight for every single breath and every waking moment for as long as he is able, his family. To his wife Frida, his daughter Susan, and his son Matthew, please know that whatever challenges life creates for you and however you choose to face them, you have the author's undying love.